There were a lot of thrills this summer with the Women's World Cup in Canada, and thanks to one WVU soccer player, the excitement has been brought right back here to Morgantown. I'm Andrew Seeley.
And I'm Allie Brandfast. Mon County Ballpark is not even a year old, and it's already receiving a major award. We'll tell you what it is.
All these stories and more coming up next on this edition of Mountaineer Playbook.
Two of the women on the WVU soccer team had a memorable summer, competing for Team Canada in the World Cup.
But one of them made quite an international impression by winning the Best Young Player Award. Eddie Santiago has more on this hometown hero.
WVU rising junior defender Kadisha Buchanan has gone from little-known soccer player to overnight star after the 2015 Women's World Cup in Canada.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no question. I said this throughout the World Cup. You know, Kadisha will be the best center back to ever play the game.
Buchanan, a Canadian international player, played every minute of every match for Team Canada and won the 2015 Hyundai Young Player Award at the World Cup. Teammate and fellow Canadian international Ashley Lawrence couldn't be happier for Kadisha.
I was so happy for her because I knew that she was one of the contenders to win it, so it wasn't until that moment that I realized she won the award.
Before winning Young Player of the Year at the World Cup, Buchanan led the WVU defense to 19 shutouts. She came back and added 5 more this season. Buchanan hasn't let all the recognition and accolades stop her from trying to win more awards.
I think it's just not settling. I want the biggest, so I guess it's like the Heisman, so I'm going after that.
Buchanan also said that after she is done playing, she wants to become a coach, whether it's in the USA, Canada, or even Europe. Eddie Santiago, Mountaineer Playbook, Morgantown.
Kadisha will try to improve on an impressive 2014, where she won Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
She didn't just leave her defensive mark either. She scored 3 goals and 2 assists last season, which helped lead the team to another Big 12 championship and NCAA tournament.
Now from a Mountaineer making news internationally to a Mon County Ballpark getting recognized nationally in USA Today.
Home to the WVU Mountaineers and the Black Bears, the recently built Monongalia County Ballpark has just been named the Ballpark of the Year. Justin Moore explains why this field is hitting a home run with the fans.
With each rip of the ticket, the buzz surrounding Monongalia County's new ballpark becomes stronger.
I'm coming with my kids, and that way my husband can watch the game. The kids like to watch the game for a little bit, but otherwise it's more like coming up during the face painting, keeping the kids entertained.
The new home to the Mountaineers and the Pirates single-A short season affiliate, the West Virginia Black Bears, has been named Ballpark of the Year by BaseballParks.com. Of the 4 finalists for the award, the Monongalia County Ballpark was the least expensive to make. This is also the first time since 2001 that a single-A short season stadium has won Ballpark of the Year. Attending a game at the park includes a full experience with several events such as the pepperoni roll race, firework night, activities for children, and much more.
My favorite thing about the ballpark is the family atmosphere. So it's fun for the adults, it's fun for the kids.
Fans who can't get enough of the ballpark experience are in luck. The Black Bears are currently facing the Williamsport Crosscutters in the single-A playoffs, and the WVU baseball team will return to the park in March of 2016. Justin Moore, Mountaineer Playbook, Morgantown.
Finalists in the contest are being reviewed on the best combination of site selection, exterior appearance, architectural design, and fan amenities.
The ballpark opened in April and cost around $22 million to build.
The West Virginia University rifle team has won 3 national titles in a row at the NCAA championships.
And a record 17th title in program history. The 2015 title is the 4th under 9-year coach John Hammond. Out of the 17 varsity sports WVU offers, the rifle team is the only one that is co-ed. Sophomore Elizabeth Grotz and freshman Ginny Thrasher are the only 2 girls that help make up the 8-member roster. They both say they don't mind being on a team of mostly boys, saying they get along better with the guys and it helps them stay competitive. In fact, being a female shooter actually puts them at an advantage, according to Thrasher and Grotz. Up until about 20 years old, girls are better shooters because of their long attention spans.
And while it's great to win, it's also important to understand the health benefits associated with women who play sports.
That's right, Allie. Experts say women who participate in a sport have higher levels of self-esteem and lower levels of depression.
And for one cross-country runner, she says running clears her head and helps her stay positive. Brooke Chaplin discovers what else keeps this runner motivated.
An hour and 15 minutes a day, 7 days a week. That's how much time Kelly Williams devotes to running. And for her, it's more than exercise. It's a way of life.
It's so freeing. It's how I get away. It's how I hang out with my friends, how I exercise. It's a really inclusive package for me.
Williams' passion for her sport runs deep in her family. Back in 2012, her older sister Caitlin finished at WVU as an All-American high jumper.
I pretty much followed her path in sports and ultimately came here because she was here.
Following in her sister's footsteps led Williams to WVU, where she has been able to shine.
On this very track, Kelly has logged thousands of hours to get to where she's at in cross country. But in the classroom, she has logged just as many hours, earning her the Elite 89 award, which goes to athletes with the highest GPA at one of the NCAA's 89 championships.
During all 4 years of her undergrad career, Williams was able to maintain a 4.0 GPA in public relations, thanks to a little challenge from her coach.
I didn't think it was possible at all. And he said, well, do you want to get a 4.0? Why can't you? And so from then on, it was just my mission.
This year marks Williams' senior year at WVU, but she still has goals she wants to meet for her and her team.
This year is my final year, my 5th year. So going out, I really would like to be on the podium, which means top 4 at NCAAs with all my teammates.
No matter where she ends up and no matter what she does, Kelly Williams will always be a Mountaineer. Brooke Chaplin, Mountaineer Playbook, Morgantown.
Kelly is bringing a lot of experience with her this season, as she's one of only 3 seniors on the cross-country team.
And if the team's wishing to get back to the national meet, they're off to a pretty good start. Right now, they're currently ranked 11th in the nation after their first 2 meets of the season.
With recent success of Serena Williams making news, we have someone at WVU who has competed on the same court as Williams.
That's right, Andrew. WVU tennis player Lin Yuan Chu started playing at the age of 6, just because it was a family hobby. She grew up in Malaysia, and just 2 years into playing the sport, Chu competed at some of the top tournaments in the country, winning both 2012 ITF tournaments. She was also the double champion in the 2014 BMW Malaysia Open. Her talents eventually brought her 9,000 miles away from home, right here to WVU. Where as a redshirt freshman, she's tallied a 30-win season and won 6 out of her last 7 matches. She was also named to the academic All-Big 12 team. She was hoping for an even better year this year when her season begins. The golf team recently returned to action after a long absence. We'll introduce to you the coach who built this program from the ground up.
And Allie, have you ever wanted to go high in the sky ziplining? I got the chance. And I'll tell you how you can do it too, right here in Morgantown, when this edition of Mountaineer Playbook continues.
We're all different. Our interests, our backgrounds can influence our futures. But without focus, they're just dreams. But what if someone could give your interests life? If they could give your background power? If they could fuel what motivates you? That's what gives dreams meaning, purpose. And perhaps that was the moment you knew you wanted to be a Mountaineer.
Mike Molinari spent his 4 years at WVU as a student athlete on the football team, but when he got his diploma, his time with WVU athletics didn't end.
I found out how this West Virginia native is continuing his studies and his passion for Mountaineer sports.
Selected to receive, Michael Molinari has it in the air.
Mike Molinari is the youngest of 5 children in his family to come to WVU. He tried out for the football team, and one man gave him the chance to be a Mountaineer.
Starting with Coach Stu and just, the man he was and the opportunity he gave me in first. Without him, I'm not sitting here where I am today.
Molinari is taking what he learned on the field and bringing it to the links as a graduate assistant for the golf team.
Just love being around golf, love being around golf courses, love playing golf. So I could have stayed with the football team and been a GA with them, but kind of wanted to do something new and branch out a little bit. And I knew golf was something that potentially could turn into a career for me.
Coach Sean Kovich thinks Molinari's experience kicking for the team brings a unique style to this coaching staff.
But kickers are kind of like the golfers of the football team, right? It's very individual. The pressure's on the kicker, and it's kind of the same thing in golf, where the pressure's all on you.
The WVU season home opener was the first time in 51 games Molinari wasn't here at Mountaineer Field. This kicker has taken on a new role with WVU athletics. He spent opening game day in upstate New York with the golf team, where they teed off for the first time in 30 years.
There is one thing that keeps this athlete going.
God, my Savior. I have very strong faith, grew up in a Christian household, and ever since I got to college and I was playing football and dealt with some adversity, my faith has just continued to grow.
Molinari plans to continue working with the golf team, graduate, and pursue a career in sports.
Molinari finished his football career at WVU as a kicker and punter with over 84 kickoffs and over 5,000 yards last year.
This year, the men's golf team is returning to WVU as an official varsity Division I sport for the first time in 30 years. Molinari could prove to be an important asset to the golf team as they return to competition.
Reporter Jordan Kramer finds out from the coach and the players what it's been like to see this program make a comeback after all this time.
33 years have come and gone since West Virginia University has been represented on the green. Sean Kovich was announced as head coach over a year ago, and he and his team have been working together to build the program from the ground up, a feat he believes his players will appreciate in the future.
10, 15, 20 years down the road where we've got more of an established program, they can take a lot of pride in that. So it's, not many Big 12 schools start from scratch any sport, so it's pretty cool.
And with the reintroduction of men's golf at WVU, all 10 schools in the Big 12 will have men's golf as a varsity sport. While many Division I golf programs have the luxury of an on-campus golf course, West Virginia University is not amongst them. Coach Kovich spent much of his first year figuring out logistics, including transportation and where to practice. Here at the Pines, the golf team has been getting ready for the start of their season. However, they won't be here much longer with only 2 tournaments in the state of West Virginia.
Growing up in West Virginia, I've always wanted to play here. I know playing in West Virginia is going to be special for all the guys, just close to home.
The golfers are looking forward to being a part of school history. For some, playing for WVU is a dream come true.
It's huge. I can't really put it into words. I mean, just because the sports are so big in West Virginia, just an honor to be able to be a part of it and being able to represent such a high-quality school.
The Mountaineers finished their first tournament back on the course with 2 players in the top 25. Jordan Kramer, Mountaineer Playbook, Morgantown.
In that first tournament, WVU finished 10th out of 13 teams, competing with an overall score of 34 over 398.
The team will play 5 more tournaments this fall before taking a break from competing in the winter months.
Andrew, didn't you have the chance to fly high above the sky at about 30 miles per hour?
That's right, Allie. The university is the first of its kind in the nation to build a zipline facility that's made for students and Morgantown residents alike. And I recently got the chance to check it out.
Whee! All right, you guys can walk on it.
WVU Zipline doesn't only give people a unique view of West Virginia, it also gives students an opportunity to guide tours, starting with a brief ground school to learn the basics. It isn't long before you're clipped in and flying through the trees.
I believe that the height is definitely a really big factor in what helps with facilitation, because a lot of people don't think that they can get past the very first platform 5 feet off the ground. And as they progress and we help them feel relaxed, they can get all the way up to the 45-foot rappel without a problem. Then they get on the ground and they've had the best time of their life.
We have it structured into where students can take a 3 credit hour class and then learn the basics of canopy tour guiding, being a facilitator, if you will, up in the trees. The class is every spring semester, so we come up here and we show them from the basics on how to really rig someone up in the participant harness all the way into actually using the course.
But it isn't just this course that students are able to use. Students trained at WVU to guide receive an ACCT certification, and that's recognized all over the world.
The fact that we have the only university-owned zip line is a great plus, especially since we're in West Virginia, like wild and wonderful. We want to get everyone outside as much as we can.
The zip line is open to anyone who's interested in participating, and qualified guides like Connor might just be able to help you leave your fear of heights behind so that you can learn to fly. If you're interested in going on one of the zipline tours, just make sure you bring a good pair of closed-toed shoes.
Thanks, Andrew. One tour costs $48 for the general public and only $30 if you're a student.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Mountaineer Playbook. Make sure to visit us online at our website.
You can also check us out on Time Warner Cable at 6:30 a.m. and p.m. in North Central West Virginia, Monday to Friday. I'm Allie Brandfast.
And I'm Andrew Seeley. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Mountaineer Playbook.